everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Rebecca, and today we're gonna just build the ship. We're gonna play with concealer. Do you guys remember that episode of Will and Grace when they show up for some event and Will's like, "Oh, you look nice," and she's like, "Nice? It was like building a boat. I had to do this all day. What did you do? Shower and throw on a tux?" And I just thought that was so funny. So today we're gonna build the boat. I'm wearing my dermatology eye patches. They I'm in a very sprightly mood. You guys, it's like first thing in the morning. I've got my coffee, and I haven't even put on sunscreen, and I'm just like, I'm gonna film. So I don't know what's going on. Something in the air. Something in the situation. So welcome. Hello. If you're new, yes, it's usually like this. Sorry. So dermatology eye patches, they sent these to me. I didn't even know they had them. But they're just kind of like the nice anti-aging, moisturizing eye refreshers. Love that. So I've been wearing that for, those for a while. I loaded the dishwasher and did my Wordle and that kind of thing, And now I'm going to put on the dermatology sunscreen, which is actually called Physical Tinted Moisturizer SPF 44. So this is the one that has just zinc, and it's got a universal tint. I really like it. This has been my go-to. I have it listed. Often folks ask me and I forget to talk about it. So I'm like, here it is. I do get a commission for when you guys buy through my link. So I really appreciate that. Thank you. But it's such a good, affordable, physical sunblock. The tint gives a nice, the tint just gives a nice, like it just kills the kind of white cast to it. I'm applying concealer and other products strategically. So I'm kind of incorporating several artists' methods as well as other videos I've seen. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to just try it for this landscape because I feel like techniques and tricks and application methods really do vary on so many things. Like how your face is shaped, how your, how much density do you have under your eyes and the dark circles and stuff like that. I am taking from a bunch of folks. So if you saw any of these techniques already, I am not claiming them. I am just using them for this. And then you can see for yourself how it worked or didn't work for me. And then, you can do your own kind of playtime. I just like doing that. So I am using the Good Molecules Yerba Mate Eye Gel. I never know how to say Yerba Mate. Yerba Mate? Yerba Mate? I don't know. I've drank this stuff for years. This is Yerba Mate, man. Is like the caffeine. It's like caffeine on caffeine, but it's supposed to not give you the jitters. But it kind of does. I mean, it depends on how much you drink. So I love this eye gel because it is caffeinated. It wakes up your under eye area. I mean, at this point, I've got so many things waking up my under eye area that they're just going to be shouting at me soon. But I do enjoy having that on right before concealer. Just keep in mind, even if you've put on eye cream, if you're putting on your makeup, there is no harm in slapping on more eye cream, in my opinion. And I know several artists like Wayne Goss always talk about prepping the under eye area, making sure it is just like really, really, really moisturized. Because what happens is when you put on a creamy concealer product and your under eye area isn't moisturized enough, it's not kind of like at its threshold, it will eat the product. It will find the moisture in the product and suck that in. And so then you're going to be like, you might end up being dry and crepey, even though it is a moisturizing concealer. I am going to do a quick application of foundation. And I grabbed two drugstore, think of the word. I've got the Maybelline Dream Satin Liquid. I have shade 030. Sometimes this goes a little pink. So even when I kind of try to go darker, I'm kind of just getting more pink, but we'll see. And then I've got the light medium serum foundation from Neutrogena. And I like this. I've only used it maybe once in a video. Both of these are kind of moisturizing. And I kind of just wanted to see how they would, what are they going to do for me? Actually, I might just stick with the Neutrogena and maybe not put the Maybelline on. Let's see here. Ooh, yeah, see what I mean? Look how pink that is. Sometimes we were talking about the number 7 has like a gray undertone, and that works for me. I'm sure it doesn't work for olive skins because you might look ashy, but it works for me because it kind of cancels the red without looking too yellow. So what I'm going to do is I actually have some high-end concealers here because I bought them for the sale, but I also bought them because they're highly rated. And I wanted to see what kind of purpose they would serve for me in terms of helping my under eye circles, etc. So one of them is the Patrick Star. This is that Butter Silk. Hello, butter. I'm always a fan of anything with butter in the name, including butter. Okay, so I have shade light and something and light 4. I am going to apply only, so let's see where my dark circles are. I am going to do this sparingly, and I'm going to do it on the back of my hand. Well, I'm applying product on the back of my hand first. Then I'm going to take a brush, and I'm going to just apply it here, okay? I'm going to just spread it out from inner corner down here. This concealer, I feel like sets on its own. That made my eyes look pretty small, right? But that's okay. I mean, that's what if you're going to wear concealer on its own, then yeah, I feel like this just really does such a nice job. I didn't have to apply a lot, and I'm just working it in. I'm gonna not emote. I'm just gonna let that there. I mean, right? That's pretty good. I have my I do kind of sink. This part's thinning, so the bone where my orbital, whatever, occipital, I don't know. This right here is dark, so I definitely want to conceal it, but I don't want to bring attention to it by just making it brighter. I'm going to use the Lancôme Tiens Odeur. This is the reformulated old OG. Remember, it came in a tube, and Angie Hot and Flashy, it was like her ride or die, and then they got rid of it, and then it was like, oh no. I never tried it. And then actually I might have a long time ago, but I was like, it's okay. And now it's like this. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get some. I'm going to see. Because if Angie likes it, she's pretty picky. She's 60. So if it works for her, it's got to work for me, right? Okay. So also putting this on the back of my hand. This was a tip I saw Risa Does Makeup talk about from the artist Painted by Spencer. He puts products on the back of his hand before he applies it, because as we are just, painting our faces with product, there's a lot of product, and it's creating, it can be thick, you know, and then that's where the cakiness, that's where it cracks. So try to stay away from marketing and fun TikTok stuff that looks cool versus just like how it will be best applied for, you know, your purpose. So I'm just taking a bit of that again, just on a brush and putting it on the inner corner. So the inner corner of my eye area is quite blue. It's very gray blue. So I totally could have used some corrector and that would have done me some good favors, but it's okay. I think I just want to see how this works as they are. And I'm doing the same thing. I am bringing just here, I'm bringing it across. You guys, I apologize for the mascara residue. I wore a very... Okay, now, before I get too carried away, so we've got this applied, and I am going to apply powder, and I'm going to do, it's another trick, so I'm going to make sure that everything is crease free. Hang on. This is the ZORA Blur Powder, you guys. I love this stuff. And you know me, it's like $8 at CVS, so I am going to use it. So there we go. That is just that. I just like locked the concealer in place. There is no, it didn't have a chance to get in any cracks whatsoever because I have just, you know, a little bit of or expression lines or anything like that. So we are going to test that. I'm going to take a tiny brush and put some right there. Now, let's play with some cream bronzer. This is from LA Girl, and it is a very golden, it's not a very dark shade. Can you see that? It's very, yeah, it's like a golden, it's just a neat, very affordable bronzer. So I'm going to put it, I'm going to do, you know, the whole Wayne Goss like higher on my face. But, and it's not matte, right? So sometimes that does, you know, depending on how much you have quite a bit of lines. So my other technique in terms of what to, oh, I don't want to do that side yet. That's going to be something else. I'm just kind of keeping this here, and I know that even though I smile and there's some wrinkles, I'm okay with that, and I want to keep everything, I don't want to draw attention to parts of my face that are sunk or textured or crepey, but I do want to brighten it up, and I want to give my face a bit of dimension that, you know, to try to kind of fake it. And I feel this does that. So I know it's a bit shiny, and I know it's not a ton of contour, but I like that. I think with the cream aspect of it, it just works. Let's go on the other side. And I'm going to do a bit of contour. I'm going to use my Rare Beauty brush. Okay. And that was the KVD contour. It's liquid and it's so sheer. It's really good stuff. Okay. Sometimes I like a more sculpted look, and sometimes I like a more kind of cheerful, plumpy look. And I've done this before where it's kind of like, oh look, it's my tips and tricks, or it's my Wayne Goss facelift, or you know, something like that. So this isn't new, but I just kind of wanted to see it in real time. So I want to make sure I have enough light, so it's not the light that's making me look. So I think, how do I I think what changes is when my face moves. So like for a photo, either one works great with the light established, just strategic. But for my face in real life and moving, I think I like this side better. Well, I'm going to kind of combine the two. So we're going to do contour on this side as well. I'll list all the shades. Well, I hope to remember. Somebody got mad at me on my comment section for not listing the shades. And then when I didn't respond, they came back and said, "You never answered my question. How hard is it? My gosh." And I'm like, I'm not your customer service rep. Like, I miss comments. Like, I don't see I see, and I try to reply to everything, but YouTube is flawed, and I don't see, Google is flawed. So if I don't get an email notification that I have a comment, or if I don't see it in my comments tab on my creator page, like, gosh, I just know that. Also, maybe if your attitude is kind of snippy, I chose just not to respond. There's that. My non-response is sometimes my response. And also, let's talk about highlight and why highlight is important. I like highlight all over my face. I like to be shiny and dewy and Martin Sheeny everywhere. I'm going to just apply I'm going to do more highlighter than I already have on with whatever the products I'm wearing. I've got the Beauty Pie Luminizer wand. This thing is fabulous, like just beyond. You must get it. Just join Beauty Pie membership for this alone. I mean, you'll love other things too. You know what I mean. Okay, I think I can apply this directly, but I'm just going to do it with my fingers. I'm going to put highlighter right here. I'm not putting it right here. I know a lot of people do it on the end of their nose. A lot of people say don't do it on their end of their nose. Do what you like. If you look in the mirror and you think the end of your nose with a little bit of shimmer on it looks cute, go for it. I mean, I'm not gonna give a big X on that and say no. I don't really need any more highlight, probably, because I think if I do, I don't want to emphasize my dark circles by putting on highlighter and creating this to just be bright and shiny and like draw attention to it. But I want to create dimension and like fullness in my face, which I think highlighter can do as well. So I think putting a little bit of this, so let's just hear me out, right here, everywhere, just sort of does that, okay? So it's a little bit like the high point of your cheek, just kind of pulls. What do you think? I'll let you kind of take in my face for a minute without me fidgeting. I like it. I just like it. It's subtle enough. I'm just putting this on the heel of my hand. I just kind of keep squeezing it out of the sponge. I think I'm good. I'm going to add eye makeup and eyebrows and probably lipstick too, and come back and show you the finished result and give a few more comments on how I thought the concealers are wearing too. So far everything is wearing nicely. It is behaving itself, and I like what I see. Let me give you a recap of my concealer. I need to look a little closer though. Let's take a look. Okay, so I think both concealers are doing a good job so far of just staying put. The powder helped, and this one hasn't creased again. This one never creased, so that's good. I'm okay with how much shiny I am, where my contour slash bronzer is, where my concealer is. So let me know what you think and if this is helpful. And yeah, so just gonna remember my takeaways from this are putting product on the back of your hand. I always do that with foundation, but I haven't done that with concealer. And now I'm gonna try to remember to do it that way. The back of my hand first, then applying it to my under eye area, focusing on the inner corner, and I think I will do some corrector next time. And I am liking the long comb. I am liking the Patrick Star. I think the long comb might be maybe a little more flexible for somebody with more, crepey sort of folding skin. Fold in the cheese. We need to fold in the product into the creases. So, yeah. All right. But I think I'm okay. If I have any other editorial comments, I will leave them in the description box, or maybe even a pinned comment. Always check that. I will list other makeup I used but maybe didn't feature or talk about. So everything that's on my face should be in the description box. If I forgot, just remind me. If a link doesn't work, just say, hey, Rebecca, I don't know if that link is working. Sometimes things just, yeah, right? Okay. Alrighty, well, thank you so much, and I appreciate it, and I hope you can subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, and take care. I'll see you next time. Bye.